What is up, everybody? You know, I always start this show off by showing love to those companies that help make this podcast possible. Guys, first and foremost is my friends over at Vito Pro Pack. We all know what it is. Stop going to Home Depot and buying those $20 tool bags that fall apart in 2 weeks. All right. They have all kind of promos going on. We all know that Vito makes the best tool bag on the market. I get it. They're expensive. But guys, remember, we want quality things. We want to use quality services, quality tools, and provide quality to our customers. No better way to do that than to put all those hard-earned tools you have inside of a proper tool bag. Guys, they have a bunch of spring promotions going on. And like I tell you guys before, they make every kind of bag. You want a little small like handbag, they got it. You want a big tool bag on wheels, they got it. They have everything from diagnostic to carrying your torches, whatever it may be. They have that kind of bag. Remember, yes, the bag costs a little bit more, but that bag is going to last you at least 5 years minimum. With the 5-year no downtime warranty, the only thing I've ever had to do with any Vito bag that I've ever had is put a little bit of like chapstick or wax on the zipper just because you're opening and closing so much. But the quality of the bag is unmatched. We all know that. Trying to click on these bags and it's not letting me. But yeah, I've even told you that I've been using their luggage. The luggage that they have is absolutely amazing. I have their everyday book bag that I use. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this thing's not letting me click on things. But yeah, I use all of their different stuff. I have their suitcase. Well, it's like a duffel bag and their book bag, and then stuff that carries like all of my toiletries when I travel, when I go to AHR. The same quality that they're putting in the tool bags, they're putting to all these different items that are coming out. Something's glitching on their website. So I apologize for the visual. But guys, go check out my friends over at Vito Pro Pack. We're getting ready to go into the summertime. Go buy yourself a nice new tool bag. Check out all of the new summer, spring promos that they do have. I know they're available until, you only got a few days until April 1st until they run out. All right. So remember, Vito Pro Pack, tool bags that work. Guys, next is one you guys know that I talk about all the time. Any of you out there that are business owners and you ask me for the one piece of software that I tell you have to use is going to be my friends over at CompanyCam, which is going to be great to explain so many things better than I normally do with our guest today. Guys, I always tell you it's not just the information that we get, but it's how we give that information to the customer and how we stay organized when we do it. And nobody does that better than CompanyCam. Guys, the last 3 businesses that I've owned, operated, or ran, CompanyCam has been like a secret weapon. I have always used it, and I would never run another trades business without using it. Rather than do the sponsor read, you guys need to pay attention to the podcast tonight because we are going to dive deep into everything that this thing can do. It is absolutely amazing, and you can link it on to almost any of the CRMs that are out there. It doesn't matter what you're using, House Call Pro, Service Titan, doesn't matter. This can work in conjunction with that. I highly suggest that you all use it. I've talked to so many people about it. If any of you listen to this show tonight want to check out CompanyCam, go to www.companycam.com/HVAC Uncensored. They're going to let you try it for free for 14 days for being a part of HVAC Uncensored Nation. And if you like it, they're going to give you 50% off of your first 2 months. All right. So go check out that website. Let's get ready for the pledge. Let's get on with the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil Cavey Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. I'm your host, Gil KV Jr. Here we are, another Wednesday, another hump night, and another amazing show for you. Thank all you guys being here for the live show. Just to shout out some of you guys that are always here. Mr. Nasty, what is up, Pat? How you doing, brother? Mr. Freon, Leon, what is up? What is up? Jay, what is up, my man? Let's see. Scott, what's up, buddy? Sammy Andrew, how you doing, brother? Ryan Hughes, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here tonight. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I think that's all the usual suspects, and I can't see Facebook. But yeah, guys, you guys know that a lot of you have been following the show for a while, know that CompanyCam has been a sponsor of the show for quite a few years now. It's a service that any of you that have ever reached out to me, starting a business, running a business, and asked me different things that I use, CompanyCam has always been one of them. It's something that I truly do live by. And a lot of the sponsors that I do, it's not even just the company, it's how the people that you talk to, that you deal with, and all that kind of stuff. And when you see today who we talk to, you'll know exactly what I mean. When he embodies the trades, is an advocate for the trades, grew up in the trades. So it's not just somebody that just made some service and is some digital person. And that actually means something to me. But guys, without further ado, man, please, I'd like to welcome the CEO and founder of CompanyCam, Mr. Luke Hansen. Hit the right button.
What's up, Gil?
How you doing?
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
I'm glad to be back. I'm doing great.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here.
I got my hat like halfway on because I took it off for the anthem, and now I just didn't realize how dumb I looked.
Yeah,
but I'm glad to be here, man.
My hands are always in different places, so I can't. So I try to do like a little salute when it's going on. Oh man, but yeah, thank you for being. I know you're a busy man, dude. I've been wanting this to happen for a while. I feel like you guys have been banging out so many new things that I haven't even been able to keep up with them.
It's we are trying, man, and we got a lot of stuff cooking right now. And you were mentioning. Well, I feel like my whole life is like AI. Like AI is everywhere. I don't know how sick everyone is of hearing about it or this or that or whatever, but like it's a really crazy, powerful sort of tool. And like anything else, like it's kind of like as good as you can. It's capable of a lot, but you can also there's a lot of hype sometimes, or, like a lot of smoke, not a lot of fire. I'm trying to think of the right analogy here. And so we're trying to figure out okay, what are the best things that we can do to make this more useful to our customers? And I've been, you can back me up on this. I was talking to our people the other day and I was like, hey guys, I bet our customers and the guys I knew, I come from the roofing industry, but roofing, HVAC, whatever, painting, it's not all that different. I know we like to give the painters a hard time because they're lame and it's easier than, than doing duct work. Who are we kidding? But the point being, it's we didn't get into this business because we were super great at writing essays and writing updates to the customer and communicate, remembering to get all your homework done and get it all typed up or whatever. That's not why we got into this. We didn't get into, I'll say the trades because we really wanted to run a CRM every day and spend all of our time pushing keys on the keyboard. What do people like? Well, people want to make money. Number one, it's like a job, now it's a trade and it's enjoyable oftentimes, but it is a job. But the working with your hands, you're doing something real. I mean, now most of my days are meetings. Now, granted, we still get to build stuff. That's fun. But when you're out in the world, when you're fixing someone's system, when you're installing ductwork, at the end of the day, something is done and it's satisfying and it works. And that's the work that people like to do. That's the work that people get paid money to do. And entering data, following up, dragging this thing over here, that is all currently it's essentially like busy administrative work that like is kind of a drag. And like when I look at what we're trying to do with AI and broadly like what AI is going to help everyone do, it's like if you can give it the information that it needs, meaning the photos, the like you're talking into it, like just what's important, what did you do, what's the problem, what does it look like, what matters, like just if you can just put the information in, we and other software, but like you can just make a bunch of that busy work sort of disappear. And that part can just, it will like run on autopilot, and it's going to get weird. Like it's going to get weird how much we're just sort of like, cause in my view of the future is basically people are going to mostly interact with AI, and AI is going to be the ones like using the apps. Like now CompanyCam's a little different because like you have to be like pointing it and like taking photos and taking videos and talking to your phone. Just like,
True.
Just put the information in. When we're trying to make that like as stupid simple as possible. Like, how do we take all the work out of just getting the information in so that you have it? And then our question we're always asking ourselves is like, how do we make it, the information you're giving us, more valuable to your business? Because if we make it more valuable to you, then that's, you want to stick and keep using us. Like it's value, and it just keeps, it's like a simple, stupid formula, but it's like worked up to now. It's also like, I don't know, dude. It's amazing what's sort of possible. I could get into some of the stuff we're doing, but I'm also like, I'm just interested in like the future and how this is all going to play out. And I love talking to people about it.
Yeah, because it's, it is the future, whether we like it or not. So that's the thing we have to deal with. We see like what our country's investing in it, all these different companies, like it's the future. It's going to be the future in our trade. So I get people can sit around and be frustrated about it, but you're just wasting time. And I mean, now there's people, I mean, we're talking about using it where people don't even have to answer the phones anymore. You know what I mean? Like AI can do it. It's, and with what you guys do, like you said, a lot of people start businesses. Like I came up as a technician. I wasn't some college graduate who was good at all this stuff. I learned it as I went. And even my technicians, when they're in the field, they love fixing stuff. They don't like invoicing. I don't care what fancy one you have and how much you pay for it. Unless it writes it for them, it's not easy enough because they still don't get this information. They still don't do that. So the easier that we can make it, and if AI can help do that stuff, that's just a pain point that no longer has to be there.
Yeah, it's like, it's getting crazy I mean, a lot of the stuff we see, and I mean, we don't even see the high end of most of the time. And when you end up talking to an AI on the phone, like, I don't know how good, like, I know there's a bunch of people in the space doing it. I don't know, you almost have to talk to them on a regular basis to figure out how kind of good they are. But like, it's very close, and very soon will be very difficult to distinguish if it's a person or if it's not. And honestly, we often just won't care if it can solve our problem, right? Like the reason we didn't ever want to like either use AI or talk to it or, do this stuff is because it didn't work, right? Like we weren't allergic to using a calculator because using a calculator works. You put in the numbers, you hit enter or whatever, or equals, and you get the right answer. And when you get the right answer, then you're willing to buy in, you're willing to use it. It makes sense. It's a useful tool. And like, we don't want sort of half broken tools. And that's a little bit of the trick, because like there's things that it's really, really good at sort of straight away. And just kind of like, if all it has to do is like get your information from you and maybe do a little qualification and maybe even get you on the schedule, depending on how like on top of it your business is and how good your schedule is like managed. Cause that's actually not easy to manage a schedule perfectly. It can do that. We're looking at it going, okay, what if you don't need to run your CRM at all? And all you need to do is to take pictures and talk to your phone and just show AI what's happening. And then it will manage the back end. Like it'll be like, oh, this is actually over here. Oh, this needs to get built. It's done. Oh, like that's it. Like all it needs to do is like see what's happening. And so we think that's possible. And we're working in that direction. But right now what we're focusing on, like I yell at our team all the time. I say yell. I'm a fairly nice guy, Gil, but like I get excited. It's like all they should have to do is point their phone at the world and like tap a button and just talk, take some pictures, take a video, speak, make it as easy as possible. And then from there, they should not be required in a sense to use CompanyCam. That's what we're working towards. If you just put the information in, then we'll get it over to your other system where it needs to go. We'll generate documentation that you need. We'll update your customer. Like we'll just do things as if we really cared about you getting the job done right, you getting a great review, and your customer being happy. And it is going the direction of like, I don't know, we'll treat it like an employee. Like, have you heard this term Claude code? Have you heard of this?
No.
Or the word vibe coding? I have.
So, I think I heard that.
The phrase, like I would encourage anyone listening to this podcast, if you have anything that you want, especially anything you want to build, if it's an app you might want to build or any, like, I could start listing off the dumb things I've made. I've made I'll call it a golf gambling app so that my brother and I can bet each other $5 a hole, and it keeps track of it and it factors in your handicaps and all this. And I did it just by talking to my computer. What have I made? I'm looking on my screen at this sort of fake version of CompanyCam that I made to kind of try new things. And I'm not special. I don't know how to code. That's, I think, what's crazy is like, you don't actually have to know how to do a lot of stuff. You just have to want something, and then you have to continue to ask better questions, if that makes sense. And so like at first, you'll just be like, for example, for your business, you might have the question you might ask is like, how can I make more money? Which is like a good question in general, but it's very broad, right? And it's like, if you could ask the best business leader in the world, the best, like I'm sure Gil knows a lot about making money in the HVAC business and like how to run a good HVAC business. But if all you say is, how do I make more money? That's hard for him to give you a good answer. He doesn't know anything about your business. He doesn't know, like, he does not have the context to give you what you need to know. So what do you need to do? You need to, in a sense, ask a better question, like get more specific. And that's when I think of people using AI, and what I found for myself, because I'm like, I would say I'm some sort of a power user of all of this stuff, is that like you're trying to work towards what are the best questions you can ask this thing. And as you start to do that and you kind of give it a little more context, because man, it's really, really smart. Like the newest ChatGPT, the newest Claude, the newest Google, the newest Grok, like all the new kind of premier AI models are really good. Like they're super smart, like, but they don't know you very well. They don't know your business. They don't actually have the information they need to like really help you make a decision, build a website, build an app, whatever, solve the problem that you want to solve. Even like your health. Like I just uploaded these blood test results that my wife made me get, and it was like, oh, you should probably do X, Y, Z. I was like, that's great. Like I could probably pay a doctor to tell me that, but I'm going to take and then with that kind of stuff, you run it through like multiple ones just to make sure that like it's not crazy. But I want to point everyone to, well, obviously we're doing cool AI stuff, you come to CompanyCam, check it out. But there are two things. One is called Claude Code. That's maybe advanced mode. So maybe don't start there. The one right before that is called Replit. It's Replit, Replit. So it's like replit.com. And you can go there and you could just go talk to it, and you could say, build me an estimating thing for my company. I'm just like trying to think. You could literally go tell it anything, and you could say, hey, and make it integrate with CompanyCam and tell me how to do that. And it will just like do it. And I think people don't quite, they know a lot of like that you can get questions answered by like talking to AI. They don't quite know that, like, haven't experienced that, like it can just make things for you. Like we've seen the images and stuff, but like apps websites, I don't even know, just email campaigns, marketing ideas. Like one thing we're doing, sorry to go toot our little company cam horn again. Replit, you got it, JJ, in the chat. We built this like marketing suite that we can kind of like in limited release of it right now. The premise being, hey, you're taking all these photos in CompanyCam and we're asking ourselves, how do we make this more valuable to your business? So we're processing, if you want to be in the marketing suite, we're processing your stuff with AI and we're building you a portfolio automatically of all your work and putting it on this map and making it look really good. We are getting reviews from your customer and we're building social media videos and like scheduling the deployment of those basically automatically. Like just AI is just kind of like doing that with your work. And like, it's almost like because we can now, like it's still hard to build software, especially it's hard to build software that like a lot of people are going to use. And like, it's not as easy, but like just things you're making for yourself or for your company, you can go to one of these websites and you can make some really cool stuff. And if you do, find me on, I don't know, the internet, on Twitter and send it to me. PROFELUKE, Profe hit me up. Okay, sorry, Gil. Back to your podcast.
No, I've had it make all different kinds of things, and a lot of it was just messing around, just trying to improve things to make it look a little bit better. So I'm definitely on the beginning stages. I have friends that, like my buddies Tersh and Josh, who do all from the Service Business Mastery podcast, like they're all into AI. So I talk about that kind of stuff with them. Looks like somebody in the chat says they have a question about. It says they don't want CompanyCam to be a share. I need to be able to turn off captions if I can't edit them. All of them.
Which captions?
Yeah. Mago, this would be the man to talk to if there's questions. Yeah. I need to be able to turn off captions if I can't edit them. All of them that I add are useless. We can't use the video.
Oh, okay. Using videos. Okay. Mago, shoot me an email. It's luke@companycam.com. And I'm going to get you talking. Well, I might have time to talk to you myself or get you talking to someone at our company to understand exactly what you're talking about here. Because it's funny. We are rolling out captions for videos where it's auto captioning them and it's letting you edit the captions in case they're wrong. That's happening right now. Yeah, that is. I today did a demo of that. In CompanyCam. And then the social media stuff around generating videos or generating captions on the video for like social media stuff, that's also coming. So, you know what I said? I said captions the first time, and I think I meant transcripts. Like we're transcribing it, but we're not actually putting it on the video. If that's what you mean, okay, hold on. Mechanical Environment said we don't respond to emails. We try to. We have sent you a personal email.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Send me another one because shoot me an email, luke@companycam.com, and I'll check. If you put your email in here, then I will search and see if I have an email from you. Because I will. I mean, dude, I'm trying to look at this. I try to respond to everything that comes in, but I could easily miss it. But I'm not going to just not respond because you're saying something negative, like no captions on videos.
No.
Shoot me an email.
Stuff. Yeah.
Sorry, we'll get back to it.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Hey, I mean, and you put stuff in here. I mean, he's willing to answer it. They'll get it figured out for you.
Yeah. What else, man? What should we talk about?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people don't realize that they use a CRM. Me, somebody that's used your guys' software for a long time, I was not using until I talked to someone about how it integrates with these CRMs. Like how the stuff can just end up over there where it needs to be. Like I had guys doing a step that they didn't need to be doing. That's why I said, like, I feel bad sometimes that like, I'm using the software and telling people to use it, and there's still better ways for me to use it myself.
And I feel bad because I'm like, I use it like, in a sense, playing around, trying it out. I talk to people that use it, but it's like, I haven't used it with every integration. Like I've never literally used CompanyCam with House Call Pro, with, Service Titan, with whatever. Like I actually haven't personally used it. And I was talking to someone the other day with some of these integrations, and they were like, okay, we don't like how it connects here, and this is dumb and whatever. And it's like, yeah, we're trying to make it work. The hard thing is trying to make software that works for everyone, because people's businesses are different and people want it to be certain ways. Some things where it's like, hey, we want to be able to have captions on our videos. That's like a universally good thing. That's not like someone else is like, no, we don't want captions on our videos, But yeah, there's lots of nuance here.
Yeah, no, and I mean, and it happens, but it's not worried about that stuff. But I'm glad that you guys put it in here. When I have CEOs or whatever of different companies, whether they're sponsors or not, please don't be afraid to say something. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
No, be afraid, Mego. I'm just kidding. Actually, do shoot me an email.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. She was the lady of the trade, HVAC tactical lady of the trade this year. So she's out there killing it.
I did not know I was talking to royalty, and I'm over here. Okay, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, she's really, really sweet. So, but, and I guess it's just, give me how it was from like when you guys started till now, like how, like, I mean, it's almost not even the same software.
I mean, that's what's hard. It's like, why did CompanyCam work? Well, I'll say because it was simple. And it was trying to do something simple, right? So, but we want it to be more powerful. And so that's the constant balance where you're like, okay, how do we make it continually more valuable? How do we make, like, the way I look at it is just, you're giving us information. You're storing it with us. You're trusting us with like photos, with videos, with, I don't know, documents that you upload, with checklists that you fill out, whatever. You're trusting us with information. And we're saying, how do we make this more valuable? But everything you add has a cost. Like because it's like, it's another button to look at. It's like another thing that's in the way. And like, we recently kind of like changed the like design, and some people like it, some people don't like. Every time you do something like that, like it's always the case that some people love it and some people hate it. But we're trying to get back to like, okay, how is this? How do we make this approachable and easy to use, yet still powerful, to where if you're like a pro user, if you use this every day, that you can do like sort of bigger and better things. You can take great before and after photos. You can get captions on your videos. You can generate stuff for social media. Like, how do we have all of that stuff without bogging down the core like experience, which is essentially make sure you have it, get it organized, and get it where it needs to go. Like that's an integration into House Call Pro, or you name it. Like our whole MO is like, we just want it to work with everything. We want it to be easy and automatic. So, but it's come a long way. I mean, it's definitely different, continuing to become different. And with AI, I think all software is going to become, it's going to keep changing even faster. And a lot of stuff is going to be almost like up in the air of what's possible. And we're going to sort of realize that new things are possible. But it's almost like when a phone, like when the iPhone came out or something, we were all still using like mobile websites and stuff. Like we didn't actually know how to design an app so that it like would work well, type of thing. And like it takes you a while to figure out, there's this new technology. How should we actually use it? What are the best ways to use it? And a bunch of people like try things. And what we figured out now is like, chat. Like that's a good start. Just chatting with it. But we're going to figure out continually better ways to use like AI, to use all this stuff. And like, I think it's going to help the trades a lot. And the trades are like, it's going to be a long, long time before an AI is like installing a new HVAC system or building the ductwork or doing XYZ. It's already writing a ton of codes, sending emails. Like it's going to get weird out there. for a lot of businesses. And like, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know that, say, 100, maybe 150 years ago, back at like the year 1900, most people, I want to say it's like 80% of people in this country worked in agriculture. They were like some sort of farmer, agriculture worker, like, you know, like broadly speaking.
Yeah.
And now that's like 3% of people, you know, like tractor, like there was all this new technology, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, we don't need to push an ox and a cart or, you know, and like a plow. That doesn't make sense anymore. Now we're using tractors. Now we're doing this. And so like that's happening as we speak in the kind of like white collar type of work, you know, like it was with factories and robots and you know, there was some blue collar work that got like hit in that direction. But then now it's all coming for white collar work. And I don't know what it's going to look like. It's going to, like, the next 2 years are going to be, things are just going to change really fast. And it's going to be at a minimum exciting, but like also kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, I foresee that it's going to help. Like, it's not going to be able to turn wrenches and do like what we do in the blue collar trades, but I do think it's going to be able to make our lives easier and to be able to provide, you know, so much better level of service to the customers that you're going to have to be on the front edge of it. Because if you don't, the companies that are using it are going to blow you away, because they're going to have AI doing a bunch of different jobs that they now don't have to pay people to do. Those people are now doing other jobs. You have to be on the front end of it. I guess I wonder, like, AI can do so much. Like, it does so much different things. Somebody like with what you do, like, how hard is it to like, okay, how do we make this powerful tool help us do what we're trying to do? Like, isn't that like, I mean, because I know AI is just a whole bunch of information. People act like it's robots, and that's not what it is. It's just stored information with a path to find said information.
Yeah, it is. And I think what you're getting at, so the latest like AI models, they are super smart. Like, they can do, like, if they have the information, they will make really great decisions. They can figure amazing things out. Like the other day, I took one of our, a friend of mine and also one of our customers owns a roofing business. And I took his Excel file that they use for estimating. You know what I mean? It's like, this is how we calculate the prices. Now they use other software, but like, you know, they have this fancy kind of like profit margin structure, and then and like how they pay their sales reps. And it's kind of all built into this file. I literally just put it into AI and said, make this an app, a web app, like a website that I can use to estimate and make it work exactly like this Excel spreadsheet. No more than 5 minutes later, bam, I had it. And it would literally kicked out identical numbers, top to bottom. Exactly. It just cloned it and figured out exactly how it works. And so if it knows what, like, in a sense, like it's super capable, but it often doesn't know. It doesn't know what it doesn't know, if that makes sense. And so any given one of our day, you know, it's like, oh, the lady told me the gate code in the back, or I noticed that, like, I don't know. It's all this little information that like is hard to kind of get into the system such that it could like use it to do useful things for you, to like help you write the right estimate, to update the customer. And, you know, we're starting, like I was talking about, like starting with turning your photos and videos into like documentation, making that really easy to make a daily report, easy to make a customer update, easy to make any type of document, really easy to make a proposal. Like, how do we just make it easy to go from just going and capturing information to getting documentation that you want? That's a problem that AI is like pretty good at. And then on the other side, it's like taking all of this, all these photos, all this information, and doing marketing for you. Just like saying, let's help you rank on Google. Let's make you look good on the internet. Let's generate content for you. Like, that is, AI is pretty good at that, because it's kind of a general problem. And like when we have all the photos and all this information already, then it's like, oh, it can like do really well because it has all this context, is like the big word right now. where it gets weird is like, you can't really trust it to make these key decisions on a daily basis because it just doesn't have enough context. Like, it doesn't know if it sees what's going on here. Like, I found, because I mess with this all the time, that like it will think that, you know, the HVAC company like installed the concrete outside because one day there was no concrete. The next day there's concrete, and the HVAC guys are also working on this house and they're taking photos, and it just assumes that they built this concrete. And it's like, no, they're doing the duct work, and they just happen to also catch in the background that the concrete changed. And it's like weird things like that where it's like, okay, you and I know that because we know this is just an HVAC company, and obviously they're not pouring concrete, you know, like, but the AI doesn't know that. And so it's like, we're trying to, and everyone's trying to work this out, which is like, how do you get it to do the things that it's really good at, but not have it be overconfident in things that where it's actually wrong, where it's like assuming too much. And that's like the trick. And so that's why you want to be careful with it, like, you know, in certain areas, but you said it earlier, it's an extremely powerful new tool. And like, I live in Nebraska. So like, I have these farm analogies. And so I keep going back to like, hey, if you want to like have an ox and like a plow, like you can still do that. Like no one's going to stop you, but you're going to have a really hard time in the market when other people are driving combine harvesters, you know? And it just, that is what it is. In every business, we're all going to be kind of like using this new tool in the way that we type things into Excel, we use a calculator, we use this. It's only going to get better and we're only going to trust it more. And all of the kind of like busy work, coordination, kind of like planning, data analysis that none of us really know how to do right now anyway. Like we're not, I don't know, maybe you're some sort of data scientist or whatever, but most guys I know aren't running like, you know, we're not like the fanciest, almost like business chief financial officer mind mixed with kind of like expert installer mixed with expert marketer. But AI it's actually all of those things. And you're just going to get that. And the mission that we're on is to say like, all you should have to do is do great work and do what you tell your customers you're going to do. Do great work, make your customers happy. If you do that, like between your other software people and what AI is making possible, like that's just going to be almost the whole job. And you shouldn't have to worry about it. You shouldn't have to be some sort of SEO expert. You shouldn't have to have great grammar. You shouldn't have to, I don't know, be whatever, you know, a financial analyst. Like you shouldn't have to be these things. You should just have to be great at what you do. And we're going to try to make the rest easy.
No, and that's awesome. And that's what we love. And we can just worry about the work and cut out the bullshit stuff, cut out the gray area. You know, little things like even when like I, you know, even as part owner and general manager, like I still love doing the trainings and the teachings. I'll have a topic and I'll put all the information that I want into like Chat GPT and be like, hey, can you prepare this in a proper order with any kind of graphs, pictures, or information to help support my points? And it spits it out. And my meetings are flawless, just so you know. But I mean,
I did, yeah.
It's little things like that I use it to help me because I don't want to fight it. Because it's just crazy how powerful it is. Like I'm getting to the point now where I'm looking at different services because now there's so many. For a while, there was like one. This is the guy that does it. And it's just changed because I can't hire CSRs fast enough. So it's like if we're growing this fast, if I can have AI answer the phone and put that on the schedule, and now I have the human people taking care of other tasks. And even when it comes to the marketing stuff, like years ago when I ran another company, we were spending probably $12,000 a month on marketing with the SEO and stuff like that. The marketing company we use now, I pay a fraction of that and I get so much more out of it because of the power of what AI provides. It's amazing.
I love it.
It's so some of these features, I know you got to get ready to go, man. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So as far as some of your stuff that you guys have rolling out, what should we be expecting here in the future?
So just the idea of talking to build any document that we're building we got too many names for it. The context core, which is like trying to understand each of your projects such that we can do things for you automatically. We can help you market, and we can allow you to what I would call vibe code any sort of document or update or whatever for the project, where you can just go on any project and like tap a little microphone button in CompanyCam and say, hey, write a change order on this project because of XYZ, or, and it'll just be like, oh, okay, perfect. Or, hey, write an update to the customer that, this happened and this is what we're going to do tomorrow. I don't know, just whatever. Like you're just talking and it has access to the photos. It sees what's going on. And then it like takes all of that and just does things for you. So that's what we're working on like right now. And then that sort of adds into like this sort of daily update. So it's like a daily summary. This is what's going on for your whole business. This is what happened today on this given job. This is what happened. And like, cause you already have that with the photos and whatever, but we're trying to kind of bundle it up, make it crystal clear, and then give you, I'll say, an AI chat where you can interact with it, but then it can also use CompanyCam, meaning it can build out documents and pages. It can build and complete checklists and create tasks and complete those. It can generate galleries, and whether it will be able to directly share them right away or not, that's a matter of we're not sure about yet. But like basically where you can just type, chat, or talk to CompanyCam and ask it to do things, and then it will just do them without you having to like go tap around and do it. Now that's all tied into like a lot of this making the capture easier. I see people talking about are we talking about asset tracking? I lost. There's something happening in the chat here.
God knows what they're.
Well, talk to me. Yeah, I when you email me, Mago, mention asset tracking. I want to know more about it. I don't know anything about it, so I need to know something.
She said she put HVAC Uncensored in the subject. But it's funny if you look at one of the last comments that Freon Leon says. And when I think of a software like this is like ideal, where he says, yeah, and all the equipment is saved to the site, plus every note from every service call we ran, like all the information. Because a lot of times the tech, when they go out, being able to know what was done previously and having all of that in one place, that is so powerful. Like, oh, hey, I know I'm going to work on this carrier model number XX. Oh, Steve was out there 2 weeks ago and he did this, and this. And even some of the big, powerful CRMs, like they don't do a very good job of it. Even the ones that cost a lot of money. I won't say their name. But
I can't think of any of those.
But it's that would be. I mean, I guess that's probably a little bit more than what you guys do. But I mean, yeah, something like that would be awesome. I hope we get to that.
Dude, that is. I mean, the idea is that you can just ask CompanyCam, hey, what has happened here? What matters? What are we doing here? Type of a thing. And it should be able to answer you if it knows. You know what I mean? It's like, especially what has already happened, that it should know. And it should be able to give you a good answer as we roll this out. Now, but like I was saying, we want to be careful about not over assuming things, because that will get you into trouble. And no one wants to, like, the worst thing, everyone's fine with like an I'm not sure sometimes. Yeah. The worst thing is like being super confident and exactly wrong. That's what gets you into big time trouble. So we don't want that, but we do want to be like, we don't want to like, I don't know. We just want to like be helpful essentially. But yeah, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know we're cutting out time, Luke. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I know because, it's almost 10 here, so it means we're almost 9 your time. Dude, thank you so much for coming on. We definitely got to do this again. I know it's been Been too long in between.
I'm always down. Gil, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Anyone from the chat? Mago, I saw your email. We'll read. We'll respond soon. I am trying to go tomorrow. I'm going down to the Nebraska versus Iowa Sweet 16 basketball game.
Oh.
So I don't know if I'll respond yet this week, but I will look at it. People here will see it. I will respond. If anyone else emails me, I will also respond, especially if you put this in the title. And if your email doesn't go directly to spam, which it shouldn't, but sometimes that happens. I don't usually check the spam. But Gil, thanks for having me, man. This was awesome.
Of course, man. Thank you so much, Luke. Have a good one, buddy. Guys, thank you so much for coming here to watch this, man. It's, Luke's a busy man, so it's hard to get him on here. Guys, and please, thank you for saying what you got to say, man. Please know that whether they're sponsors or not sponsors, if a service that I represent is not providing what I promise or what I get out of that service to you, please let me know. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Mago, I will stay on top of that too. I will reach out to the people that I know to make sure that they know that you have an issue. And if it is, God forbid, they're the only service that I really offer as of right now that's active. So if you do, God forbid, have any issues, please let me know. If I can help, I'll be the middleman to get in touch. I'll call Luke directly. You know what I mean? If I need to, and let him know. And yeah, I don't mind being the middleman. So. Yeah, no, I understand. And I know that can be very, very frustrating. So, and that's not cool. So I'm sorry that that's happened. Hopefully by him seeing it here, he can get it to the right people in the team and it gets taken care of. So, stay in touch with me, Mago, and let me know. Because if regardless of how it turns out, it's definitely something that I want to know about. Yes, please forward me the email. I was going to say when he was talking, either that or CC in it, me in it, so that I can see the responses. So definitely let me know. And anything that I can do on my part, I will definitely do that. Anyway, today's been a weird day. I worked, didn't work. My mom had doctor's appointments again, kind of dealing with some stuff. So I ended up not going to the office because it just didn't make sense. So yeah, I kind of worked, kind of didn't work. But yeah, it was good though. Just to end this podcast out with a little BS. Was able to pick up my daughters from the bus stop. That was cool. Haven't done that in forever. Not at the end of the day. I take them to the bus stop, but I rarely ever get to pick them up. So that's cool. Also wanted to make sure I wasn't going to have to bust a bus driver's ass, but we're all good there. We're all in the clear. Yeah, other than that, man, I hope you guys have been having an amazing week. The weather here has been crazy. A lot of things are changing, hiring some new people at Carroll, an install manager, some new technicians, some new installers. So the team is growing so fast. I'm super excited for the summer. I can't wait. I think that our team is absolutely going to fucking crush it. Trying to think of any other things. No, that's probably about it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. He tried on some new Crocs with some Camel City Mill socks. I did not, but I have both. I will agree to that one. I'm sorry, dude. The Camel City Mill socks are awesome, and all of you guys that have bought them is absolutely crazy. Actually, I'm glad you actually said that, Jay. I got a new discount code that is actually now. I think it's more of a discount. I've been talking back and forth with them because I'm trying to get paid. Yeah, I think I have another discount code. I'll share that next episode. I literally just been talking to them today. So I'll try to put that out next time I read that sponsor read. So that'll probably be next week. You can continue to still use the Uncensored 10, but there's going to be another one. It's just a different way of tracking it or some shit. I don't know, but whatever. That made me think about when he said that. But with that being closed, man, I'm going to start to close this podcast out. It's getting late. Get my ass to bed. I do thank all of you for coming here live. I appreciate you guys. You know that, man. All of you that are here every single week, I thank you so very much. No, it's definitely not Diddy 26. Shut your mouth, Jay. Uh, oh shit. Um. Anyway, speaking of that, Diddy, did you see what 50 Cent said? He said you tell a lot about a man, about how he eats a hot dog, whether he brings it to his face or he goes down to it. Just saying. Which one are you? How do you eat your hot dog? But with that being said, make sure you follow the podcast on all the social media sites. The podcast is wherever you get your podcast. Download it everywhere. If you think it's doing great, please leave me a five-star review. Trying to build those back up. If you don't think it's 5 stars, email me. Okay, let me know how you think the show can be better. Just please don't be an asshole. I won't even read it. But obviously, the listeners, the end user, you guys are my customer. So I want to hear your input. So please let me know. All right. But guys, remember, be safe out there. All right. I want each and every one of you to make it home the same way that you left. I don't care if you're driving, putting the ladder up. Make sure the breaker's turned off. Whatever it is, please be safe. We live in a crazy world. All right. Do the little things. Set yourself apart from the next guy or girl. All right. Be the best version of yourself. I don't care if that's a podcast, an audio book, an online class, going to a supply house class, whatever it is. Don't do the bare minimum and expect the max output. That's not how it works. Sadly, I'm seeing a lot of these technicians out there nowadays. They want to make top dollar, but they want to put in minimal work. Don't let that be you. All right. Bust your ass. Keep learning. Keep getting better, regardless of how long you've been doing it. You will keep growing and it will pay off in the end. I promise you that. All right. Be nice to each other. Spread positivity. Just care about other people. All right. I always say if you see somebody, you notice changes in them, in their attitude, when they show up, whatever it is, just ask them, hey, man, you all right? Hey, lady, you all right? Whatever it is, you never know that could be a life-changing, life-saving conversation. All right? Please, just spread positivity. Fuck the negativity. Just let it slide off your back. And yeah, have a good one. With that being said, man, I'll talk with you mofos next week. All right? See ya.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored Podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.